Welcome back to the Wake Up Call for Monday morning, July 25th, 2022. That is the day. The time is now 7:39 on the ticker. So welcome. Now, yesterday, we learned that Senator Julian Francis, right, suffered a stroke. It's pretty serious. Strokes are pretty serious. There's some people who become unable to move one side of their bodies. Some people actually die. Some people get better, significantly better, after suffering strokes. It depends on the intensity of the stroke as well.
Yeah,
it's pretty serious.
I had a aunt that suffered a stroke.
Yeah.
And she couldn't move for I need a year.
A year?
Yeah, just one side.
Yeah.
Yeah. But eventually, they start to overcome it and start to get back, regain control of your limbs and stuff like that. You won't get back the full control, but
at least some.
Yeah.
Right. First thing I thought, oh my gosh. It could be really bad. At age 71, you're very active on what's not, and that happens to you. And then I thought, Lord, I wonder what people are saying, boy. Let me share with you a response really quickly here, right? That came in on the WhatsApp. By the way, WhatsApp number 4301043. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch at Extreme104 SVG. So you can hit us up with your response. What went through your mind? First of all, learned this morning that the Prime Minister said that he was stable, and yesterday or last night he was flown out to Barbados to seek further medical treatment. I would have read coming from One News that there was a bit of bleeding in the brain. All right, Senator Julian Francis, 71, has left the state. This was yesterday, 8:45 p.m. And being flown to Barbados after suffering a stroke and bleeding in the brain, officials of the Unity Labour Party have said. By the way, he's the Minister of Urban Development, Energy, Airports, Seaports, Grenadines Affairs, and Local Government. What I had planned to discuss, or we had planned to discuss this morning, was the movement of vendors who are vending from or selling from the back of their vehicles. I don't know if you could recall walking through Kingstown.
Yeah, we market this up.
Market. Several persons are parked with their Noahs or whatever the vehicles with the backs open and they're selling. It's not talking about moving them.
I do somehow, but to me it ain't really meshing. Why would it be outside selling something and market already?
Because the customers are outside.
People outside walking, yes.
Right.
But
so
everybody's on the inside, just go inside like everybody else.
Most people are on the inside. So that's where we were gonna go, and then we're gonna go talk about the parking meters in Kingstown to avoid people parking for extended period of time. But when things pop up, you just have to go with the flow and make some changes. So he is not here in SVG.
Yeah.
And I see some people are upset about that. Boy, I know some people, I see some people wishing him unwell. But let me first say that I wish him a speedy recovery.
Yeah.
On behalf of everybody at the Wake Up Call and what's not, and the entire team, wish him a speedy recovery. Let me share. You were gonna say something?
No, I was just studying that they said he was bleeding from his brain. So I looked it up and it said a brain hemorrhage is a type of stroke. It is caused by an artery in the brain bursting. So yeah.
Joshua? Well, the doctors in Barbados will have worked and figured all of that out, right, because PM said that he was stable. So that's what we're going to go with. All right, so let's hear this one.
When I heard that for the first time.
Wait.
Yeah, speedy.
That's my fault.
When I heard that for the first time about Julian Francis, the first thing came to my mind, I'll be very honest, it might sound stupid, but Campari and cigarettes have to take a toll on you eventually.
Campari and cigarettes.
So is that people feel that his lifestyle is what led to that?
I partially agree. No, because I haven't seen him where he usually be in a while. So
Let me just say that rough.
yeah, it really rough.
That is rough. Here's another one. Here's another response coming in.
And my question is our healthcare system so amazing that we could fly out we could fly out Francis and not keep him here and treat him here? Wow, I'm telling you.
That is the question.
This is encouraging.
That is the question I was waiting on for long as well.
What if it's not that case specifically now?
Maybe
What if it's just family? They just want him. I'm trying to find a way to say it without it sounding like what he just said. Because he could say they just want him to have better care, better service. But then that would sound like, oh wait, we don't have good care and good service here.
So why you go because we don't have good health care here.
They just want him to have a better shot.
We are not capable of taking care of him.
But then that would sound like we don't have a good shot here. They just want him to have a better chance, but that would sound like we don't have. If he were here, then. But if you have the money and you can and you just want to feel more comfortable, but then that would sound like you can't feel comfortable here. Is it always that? Like every time somebody who can afford to take up medical care outside of SVG, that we're going to say that our healthcare system is trash?
I mean when PM was sick, is out to go one time.
But that's his choice. I mean, they have a choice. They could either stay here and get medical attention, or they could go away. I mean, a lot of people go away that we don't know about.
The thing is, when everybody in higher power go away. When everybody in higher power gets sick, they go away.
What is their reason for going? I'm pretty sure there's a reason out there.
Yes, what is the reason?
Another reason.
Besides,
everybody jumps on the we don't have good healthcare in SVG bandwagon. But there must be another reason out there that people who have their right to choose where they want to take up medical care, if you can afford it, and sometimes, okay, maybe the persons who are ill, they don't have a choice because family says, okay, you know what, we are going away. What if it is that he's used to getting his care at a particular place in Barbados, so it's just natural that because they already have his records, yada 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 yada, yeah, you just go there and done.
But then why is that the case that the outside always already has his records?
Why not? I mean, it's his life, right? It's his personal life, and if he has the money to get care outside of SVG and he wants to, then why is it a problem? This is for argument's sake.
Yes, for
right?
argument's sake.
Why is it a problem?
Okay, for argument's sake, maybe is that as I say, we don't have the stuff needed to do what he wants us to do, what he wants to do. But I honestly don't think it's preference. I just think it's that we don't have we ain't equipped to do what he wants.
I feel it's preference. I feel very strongly that it's preference. Because how many people have had strokes in SVG, man?
And ain't going away?
And they ain't fly out. Come on, man.
Because they can't afford to fly out?
Yeah, but then does that always have to be an option to fly out? It's a stroke.
Or as you say, maybe they have the money, but seeing that he's, well, who we talking about? You talking about
Senator.
All right.
Senator. I don't know.
Well, saying that, okay, well, saying that, yeah. No, it's okay, it's the same thing. But saying that he has the financial capability, maybe we could invest and say, okay, well, wherever treatment or wherever machine over they come and treat them, bring it back over here.
Do you think the nurses and doctors feel embarrassed or feel?
I do. I would feel embarrassed, honestly.
You feel bad, like as a person who's working at MCMH.
Great. I can't even take care of my leader.
You can,
my
but
superior.
They just don't want you to. Or
why you don't want me to?
Then we should sit down when he gets better and ask him that. Right. We should ask him his personal business. Why don't you take up care in SVG? But look at it this way, right? Here's another angle. He was able to get immediate initial care at MCMH, no?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that the first response there? Isn't that like vital whenever you're dealing with illnesses? whatever you do in the very beginning. So he was able to be fit enough to fly out. Isn't that a good thing? Like how come we ain't talking about that?
What? To fly out?
You know, like they were able to take care of him in the initial stages, like first response.
Because
Huh?
he's priority.
What are you saying, that everybody else would have had to wait if they were not the senator
But you don't have to.
or the general secretary of the ULP?
That's the truth.
Ah, yeah. So I need a little bit of help here, right?
Okay. I was going to.
Just with the voice notes there, so that I can play them. Good morning to Gil. Good morning to.
Which one are you going to play?
Good morning to Jimmy. 98 and 06.
Okay.
Right? Okay, let me play this one here while you help me out with that one.
Okay, Christian, I understand what you're trying to, the point you're trying to bring. But then it still comes back to the fact that we don't have the healthcare system strong enough here for even our local officials and most of our local officials, or some of our local officials, to have confidence in to leave them to take care of their family or themselves. You understand? I mean, come on. You go by a clinic for dressing, and it's not even dressing day, and they're telling you they can't find God. And most have to run up and down, all different crap, all different room, just to find a God, just to do dressing. Medication, diabetic medication, some clinics don't even have that. So then there is a serious problem with the healthcare system. That's just a fact. That ain't no guess or no rumors or no gossip. Is a fact.
All right. I could take that point. Here's another angle to look at it at, right? What if they just want privacy? What if the senator and everybody else who has money, no, not like private, but what if they just want privacy?
Privacy from what exactly?
You end up in the hospital, you are a senator, you are the prime minister,
Yeah,
you are this, you are that,
But then your news already out there that you.
right, exactly. So look at how, I don't know how fast it got out into the media, but what if like there's an opportunity for something that is private and confidential and it just gets out? I know it is not something that should be done, and this is not to make it sound as though the professionals are unprofessional, but what if that is their fear, that their personal information is at risk of getting out, like confidentiality? I mean, time and time again we've seen like people, very confidential information getting out into the public, and you just have a wonder why.
Sign an NDA.
What if, yeah, I mean, that is a part of your job description, patient confidentiality. It's actually down there at the hospital. You can, as you go down to the hospital, you could ask them for it and you could read what your rights are as a patient. But I mean, realistically speaking, there just might be somebody who just really malicious, who probably does not like him or somebody else, and they're just like, look, see this, see that. How many times like photographs that aren't supposed to be taken get out into the media? People who were down there in the morgue, their bodies, like people who have been murdered, you get to see pictures outside on, like, we're normal people, we're not supposed to, right? So they should be doing so. What if that is their general concern? So it's like, you know what, I ain't going to even like worry about that. I just flying out.
But then it's only putting the blame on the healthcare itself and not the forces.
So we boil back down to the same.
Yeah. Tricky.
Oh, jeez. So, all right. So let me get these. All right. They're good.
I think saying that our health care system is trash because somebody decides to go overseas to seek medical attention is foolishness. Because St. Vincent is not the only place that people go outside to seek medical attention. People in St. Lucia leave. People in Barbados leave to go to America. I believe it's wherever people feel comfortable. If you have money and you figure that you could get better care somewhere else, who wouldn't do that? Anybody will do that.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Happy Monday.
Same to you.
To piggyback with a voice note, they just say people just travel. Like, for example, you get Baltimore have one of the best heart hospitals in the country. People travel from all over America to come to that particular heart hospital. With that said, when I heard Julian had a stroke, I was like, wow. Because guess what? Most people don't come back 100% from a stroke. And Stroke is so critical, Crystal. In my will, I have a living will. If I have a stroke and I get bleeding on the brain, the instructions that me, my wife, and my daughter come up with is leave me, let me dead. That's just Max Walker. You know what I'm saying? And then when I hear they had to fly him out, and big up to the nurses and them who stabilize him, because the first couple seconds of a stroke is the most critical part. So the fact that they had him stable to go in an airplane, kudos to them. Also, the fact that they had to put him on an airplane to take him somewhere else, that's also critical. So it's like, damn. And the thing that comes to my head now is like, okay, everybody neglect the government, neglect healthcare for 20 years. And it come full circle now that we have to fire out Minister Francis. We are so close with Cuba. If we had the infrastructure in St. Vincent, we would have to fly him out, go nowhere. We would have bring Cuban doctors and them in St. Vincent, and they would have deal with him right then and there in his first critical minutes, and he would have a better chance of having almost a full recovery versus flying him out to Barbados.
Mm.
And, and a lot of people getting upset because people they claim people making fun of the situation. It's not necessarily making fun, they're just stating facts.
So for the
And-
for the people who are like wishing that he does not recover fully, what do you say about those folks? And who don't
Man,
care and
let
who
them-
glad it's happened? What do you say about
Let-
those folks?
Let them they deal with them their own image in the mirror. We can't come let them the negative. For example, somebody come and I made a post and say somebody said quarry stress worse than hand. Somebody said that I post that to provoke an emotion because stress don't cause stroke. And also Minister Francis was not a part of the whole quarry thing enough to be stressful about it. So I posted and people saying, oh, this and that and the other, but Francis wasn't a part of the quarry, therefore it wasn't him. My post was about, but I just put that out there to put how ignorant people is. Because I saw it and somebody said
So
it and I
you're
buy it
throwing
over
bait.
just to prove. Basically,
All
I
right.
buy it over, but remember me is a man who does use critical thinking
Yeah, he's
outside the
kind
box.
of,
But honestly, I wish him a speedy recovery. But honestly, he not look good, and we have to prepare ourselves mentally. But at the end of the day, now he was 71 years old. So if Minister is 60,
You said was?
65, me
Yes.
feel alright.
At the time of his
Yeah.
speculation yesterday, he was 71. I guess that's what he means. All right, thank you so much, Max.
You say
Yeah,
was.
man.
I have a
Alright,
good
Max.
one.
So the kids don't get you don't got.
All righty. Jesus, Lord. Let me get. All right, 457-1043. We got about 3 more minutes on
All
this
right,
segment here. I was gonna play something.
Go ahead.
All right.
Crystal,
Oi.
good morning.
Morning.
Look, you know one of the reason why the people them who have the money choose to go away from them country to seek different medical is not true because them not trust the health system. No. It's true because the doctors and the nurses them talk about the people in personal business on the street too much. That's one reason why you go find people from St. Vincent leave, go Barbados, Trinidad. You go find Trinidad and Barbados come up here, Dominica, Grenada. It's the same thing. All over the Caribbean is that what they do. The nurses them need to keep the people in business inside as in the professional. Thank you.
All right, that's one.
NDA.
Yeah, but even though you sign an NDA, like that does not put a staple over your mouth
Yeah, well, but if
or
it,
things to cover
but
your
if,
eyes.
but if you know the consequences of it, then you will.
Right now, there are consequences to those actions, but they still do it. They still go and talk, right? And sometimes it's just very casual. Just very. They don't think because they're just so accustomed to just talking people business. Hello, good morning.
Morning, oi.
Morning. You louder. Good morning. What's up?
Morning.
Talk to me.
Me the outside, that's why me loud.
Okay. All right.
Outside.
Let me hear your views now.
Okay. I don't know why Simmons and the Grenadines, why we people behave like this. If it is not for a party, then if somebody gets sick, you wish them the worst could happen to them, they never come back alive and what have you. We don't need to be in the way. You understand? I mean, if you have the money, can fly out. Then it's your choice. It's not to say that the country is not good, the healthcare is not good, so you can fly out and get better attention overseas. Come on, man. We need to wake up, people. Wake up.
All right.
You all have a good day.
Same to you. Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
Some people, I mean, okay, we have to be very honest. It could be a little bit better. Visually.
The healthcare.
Visually at MCMH. But we have had improvements over the years. We've had the polyclinics, the smart clinics, although
You
the
remember,
ambulance run out of
one,
gas.
you remember at one point they couldn't find. No, they didn't have medicine. I'm saying they couldn't find. They didn't have medicine at the MCMH.
One or two times in between.
One or
But
two times in
do
between.
you think that there are other countries who do not experience the same issues that we do? Like we act like we're so isolated and we're the
Not as-
absolute worst.
Not as often. So
How do you know that?
I would like to believe it because
We would like to believe it because we just think we're the worst.
if you had a flyout to go to wherever they go, then
Francis did not fly out because he didn't have paracetamol down there, though. All right, let me share this one here. I hope I didn't listen to it before, but it have okay, no, that's something else.
Yeah, my brother and sister, good morning. See me, I say, listen me, I said, I see it. Hey, what I go on? Let me know brag about something we have and running for it. You understand? Don't brag about we healthcare, savings and the grenades and we running for it. You see me? Blessings.
Okay, don't brag and then run. All right. There's one, but it's just too far.
which one?
The big one there. The big one there.
The London one.
Yeah, London. Good morning
This
to the
one,
folks in the
You
UK.
see?
Yeah.
Alright. Supposed to say I am in London and there's a hospital near me. But when I'm ill and need medical help, I choose a hospital miles away from where I live. Nothing is wrong with that. SVG has arrangement with medical facilities outside the state for some medical specialist care. SVG has a good medical system, but people don't appreciate their own given the limitations and size of the population.
All right. And with that, we're going to wrap it up right here. It is 8:01 on the ticker. We're into the 8 o'clock hour. Thank you so much for joining us. One final point.
Somebody say why do ladies go to USA to give birth?
Because of the benefits. I don't know. I didn't go to the USA to give birth. The benefits, America probably takes care of the children up until a certain age. Every year you have to go for medical and checkups and whatever. I don't know.
Probably.
Benefits. It's like, for example, in some countries, you get free education, you get free this, free that. So after a certain time, you spend a certain number of years in SVG, then you could always just fly out and continue and get discounts off of tertiary level education. You get this, that, and the benefits. I think I could just wrap it up with the
okay,
benefits.
before we go, they say that I feel this is for the argument we have with the PM. He said then he should not be serving the country and being paid by taxpayers. So make his preference his life, since your healthcare is not worthy for him.
Ouch.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, and morning to Colin.
Morning, Colin.
Morning to Claudius. Say man sickness. No. If I sick, I don't want the world to know. It's like if I sick, recover are dead. Morning to Fire Empress. Morning to Roseanne.
Morning.
Big up Antoinette. Big up Leroy. And Steve.
All right. Big up
Ooh,
yourselves.
Sean as well.
Good morning.
Morning.
All right. So let's head on out.